So a lot of people, this comes up because a lot of people these days, they don't want to share what their knowledge is. They think, oh, I went to school for this and I got this degree and I got these courses under my belt, and you should pay me for my services immediately.
Yes.
You should know how much value I have and how much education I have, and therefore I'm not going to share anything with you until you pay me.
And you know what happened when I thought that? I got slapped in the fucking face and nobody paid me.
Yes.
And what happens when nobody pays you? You start doubting yourself and you start doubting the career choice that you have. And I think that's what people are missing. Like, yo, because you're getting paid now to do it, or if you're not doing it and you're doing for free, don't forget that this is an opportunity to become great at your craft, that the world, that the universe will fucking give you as much reward as possible if you are great at it.
Welcome back to Behind the Strength podcast, where we improve your health, wealth, and peace of mind.
I am Carlo.
And I'm Christian.
Welcome to the show.
For those of you who are first joining us, we are entrepreneurs who have been around for about 8 years. We have a fitness and therapy business in Toronto, Ontario, and we started from absolutely nothing, like literally given material, to a multi-million-dollar business.
Yep, we were high school friends, and when I was 25, when you were 26, we started this business 2011 with just a few $1,000 and donated equipment. 2,000 square feet, and now it's 2019. And we have 11,200 square foot facility, and we're going to open some more this year.
Yes.
And it's exciting times, and the reason why we want you to listen to us, because we want to help you avoid our shit, all the mistakes that we've made, and hopefully improve your life based on all the things that we learned, not only in fitness and health, but also in business and success, and having the right mindset to tackle anything you want in life.
Now, if you are joining us again, and if you have any questions or comments about past podcasts, if there's anything you want us to cover, please do comment, do email us at
bts@strengthenyou.com. That's Bobby, Terry, Sandy at strength-u.com, and make sure you review this stuff, our podcast, on Apple Podcasts or wherever you can. Please, that'll be great. And share it too with any of your friends if you find this valuable.
Yes.
Subscribe, obviously, follow our stuff. We're going to be talking a lot more about our journey when we expand to different locations and, the things that we learned. So I think this is, out of all the podcasts, we're the ones who are actually on the journey.
Yes.
A lot of podcasts, which is great, have already been there, and there's a lot of value as well. But I think it's pretty cool that we're documenting now.
Yeah, you can join us along our journey and hopefully join us along the way, right?
Yeah.
You can do things with us and grow your life and yourself and better yourself.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. And for us, man, to look back on this, I'm like, holy shit, like, look at the things that we went through. Because 2011, man, I wish that we documented all our stuff. I know. Because like in hindsight,
but we didn't have the time at the time, or the mindset to do it. Right?
Yeah, and speaking of that, today's episode, actually, when we were talking, is about that big question that we asked ourselves when we first started this business, and for me, when I started personal training, is, do I give my services for free?
So a lot of people, this comes up because a lot of people these days, they don't want to share what their knowledge is. They think, oh, I went to school for this and I got this degree and I got these courses under my belt, and you should pay me for my services immediately.
Yes.
You should know how much value I have and how much education I have, and therefore I'm not going to share anything with you until you pay me.
And you know what happened when I thought that? I got slapped in the fucking face and nobody paid me.
Yes.
And what happens when nobody pays you? You start doubting yourself and you start doubting the career choice that you have.
Yep. And that's why a lot of people don't last in this industry, in our fitness industry.
Yes.
Or in the therapy industry.
Yep.
Because they automatically think, well, why should I give somebody a sample of what I have or what I know or what I can do for them? Why show what I can do for them without paying me first? You know what I mean? So
because nobody cares about you, dick.
It's true. Nobody does. Nobody cares what you know.
Yes.
They care about what you can do for them.
And I think once you get over that shit, once you have the understanding that no one cares about you yet, no one gives a fuck about you, but they care about themselves, and your job is to solve someone's problem.
Yes.
You're the guide. If you're the guide.
You're the guide. You're not the star of the show. You're the guide.
They're perfect example. And this is why it's so obvious to me when people approach us to do some stuff and they demand to get paid first. I'm like, you obviously think you're the fucking rock star here.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
If you're trying to conduct business, for example, what makes you think someone's going to pay you a full salary or a full whatever you're asking for without you even showing what you could do?
Yes.
And this is not us because we're business owners, blah, blah, blah. It's because this is how we got here today.
Yes.
The amount of shit that we do for free, still do for free
Yeah.
today. And I still consider us, this is free. We're not asking anybody for anything at all.
Here. No.
Like at all.
Yeah, for sure. We're
Everything that
literally
we do.
sharing our experiences, our lessons, things that people can take from us. And for free, absolutely.
Do you know how many times I've sat with multiple people in the course of this 8 years on how to run a business, how to become a better person? I spend literally hundreds and hundreds of hours sitting down with people over lunch or over whatever, a quick meeting.
Even a quick meeting, yes.
And pouring my everything in, like, dude, this is what you need to do. Like, I get so excited about it because I want to see people change. But it's actually really, really fascinating that people just want to trade money first before they show what their value is, right?
Especially with social media and whatnot these days, people forget that, that culture of sharing knowledge and sharing content and stuff like that. Everybody's out to make a buck or to get an offer or from a company to endorse them or something like that. And they're forgetting the real value of doing this stuff is to share your actual knowledge.
Yeah.
I remember when I was getting into the industry, I was 15, 16 years old and I was, working out every day. I didn't really know much. I was doing my research, all that kind of stuff. And there were a couple, trainers who were older and they would come up to me almost on a regular daily basis and correct one thing for me. Now, eventually I asked one of them, well, why do you keep helping me out? I don't have the money to pay for personal training. He goes, it's not about that. He goes,
so wait, he was there watching you all.
Yeah, he would constantly help me. Like he'd just be passing, or he could be beside me with a client, and between their rest periods, he'd be like, hey, do me a favor, peek your elbows up on the rear delt raise. That way you can actually feel it in your rear delt, and you're not using your back.
And
right?
he didn't sell you personal training right after that.
Doesn't ask me. I do a bent over row. He'd tell me, drop your weight a bit, stop rocking, go again. Right? Because I thought, okay, big weights, heavy weights, it's rock.
Yeah.
Let's just lift.
Yeah.
Right? So he got me to center and focus on my muscles and stuff like that. And I eventually asked later in the years, how come you kept helping me out? Well, he goes, well, number one, I saw your dedication. You were there every single day. And you would be sitting on cardio and reading these books and magazines. And so you could tell you were really into it. And the fact that every time I corrected you, you would go and rep it out and do set after set of proper technique or trying to get proper technique shows that you really wanted it.
Yeah.
And he goes, and besides the fact, and this lesson for me, guys, it's the whole pay it forward thing. He said to me, when I was starting, there were a lot of guys in the gym that helped me out. So it doesn't hurt me to help somebody out. And that's a massive thing. Pay it forward.
Amen, man.
You know what I mean? Like when you started in this industry, it's not like you fucking picked up clients like that. Like they just came to you, flocked you. How did you get clientele?
Dude, I remember you said, I texted, I was like, yo, can I be a trainer? And you're like, yeah, okay, come through. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, this is sick. I was sitting at home. I just won that national title, U.S. national title Muay Thai.
Yes.
And I was like, yo, I like working out. I'm like, let me try this personal training thing, right? That was after I quit engineering. And then when you said that, I'm like, okay, you said be here, whatever, 8 a.m. or something like that. I'm like, fuck, I got to be there that early. I'm like, whatever, let's do it. I'm like, what the hell else am I going to do, right? Yeah. So I came in there and I saw like every single thing that was happening. And then you put me through a lot of shit. Like I was shadowing you for a long time. And then you got me a shadow of Raison and all these other guys. I'm like, shit, okay. So what I did was it's like, okay, cool. I'm allowed to shadow these guys. I'm going to learn from them. I'm going to pay attention to how they train people, what their prescription is, how they interact with them, and stuff like that. And I started analyzing everything. So I got addicted to it. I'm like, yo, this is sick. Because what was fascinating to me when I was shadowing everybody was everybody had a different style. In my head, I was like, yo, there's a standard way of doing personal training.
Right.
And that totally got abolished because you trained somebody totally different than Raison would and then all these other guys. And everybody got different results. And I'm like, oh, it's like breakdancing.
Yeah, it's your style.
Yeah, because it's on DJ, like which I was doing for, I think, it doesn't matter. Like you have to find the tune that vibes with the clientele and find your way of delivering that tune.
Yes.
And I was like, I started becoming obsessed. I was like, yo, when are you in next? When you train your client next? So I used to come at 6 a.m. and stuff like that. And then I remember you saying, yo, why don't you go train these people for free? Like just to test it out and start showing your stuff. I'm like, yo, that actually makes sense. So I started training everybody. First, it was us, right? Remember when we used to hit pads in the training studio?
See what you got. Can
Can
you motivate me?
But that gave me the first lesson of marketing. I'm like, oh shit, there are people watching me. And the thing is, you got to pay attention to people, right? The people who are like training in the gym, training above the mezzanine, and you see them kind of look at you.
Yeah.
And that right there, I was like, okay, if I get enough eyeballs on me, people will still start talking. Because one thing I knew about
course.
people is that they like to talk.
They like to talk.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna train trainers. Because if in my head I was like, okay, if I train trainers,
They're automatically gonna think you know
people
your
see
shit.
me as an authority. It's like, holy shit, this
Yeah.
new kid is training trainers.
Yeah, they know he knows his shit. Yeah, like he knows what his stuff.
So I was like, okay, who are the biggest talkers in this gym? It's the fucking early morning motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Right? The
Yeah.
older ladies, older guys
Yeah, the
upstairs.
ones that sit on the
mezzanine,
cardio and they watch everyone.
They pay attention. Because I was doing cardio one morning. I'm like, oh shit, everybody's talking here and they're paying attention down there. I'm like, I'm going to do that. So I started training like the girl trainers, women trainers. So I was smart. I was like, okay, I need females and males. So I started doing that at 6 a.m. every morning, 6, 7, 8
remember
o'clock.
that.
Every freaking morning. I'm
I
like,
remember that.
anybody, when I was done and any trainer or anybody asked like, yo, can I hit pads? I'm like, done, let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go.
But I positioned myself perfectly so that first of all, you would
Yeah,
yell,
yeah.
so we'd be the loudest
Yeah.
ones in the gym.
You're catching attention.
Catching attention, how to capture attention. And then now people started talking. So, and I was doing this shit for free, dog.
Yes.
Like literally for
I
3
remember that.
straight weeks, every single day,
Yeah.
even weekends. I'm like, yo, touch. Like we
Yeah.
say right now, yo, you just need touches, man.
Yeah, the
as
more
long as
touch,
you touch
yeah.
people, you will touch everybody.
Yeah, and you'll actually get a lot more experience, a lot better,
Yeah.
and you'll learn a lot of things along the way with the more touches you have.
You hit the nail on the head right there. Like not only was I selfishly marketing myself, but
Yeah.
I was learning how to motivate different people because I didn't do this before.
Yeah, it's true.
Right? So I was like, and then I slowly started blending Muay Thai because that was my lead-in
Yes.
with training. I'm like, okay, we're going to do conditioning now with it.
Yeah.
And then that's when the ball started rolling. And then when I started training with Shane,
Yes.
he's like, oh shit, this kid's the real deal because I started training for
And
free.
the best part was that he was at the time the consultant of personal training. So every time
Yes.
he got a client,
Yeah.
automatically he's like, this kid knows what he's doing. I'm going to put you in with him.
Yeah.
It was just a natural lead in, and it was very, very smart play. And all the more it's like the rewards that you reap from it.
Dude, I
is you
became the top salesman
yeah,
in
you-
my official first month
Yes,
of working
yes.
there. I became the top salesperson.
Yes. Yes.
First top salesperson ever.
Yes.
There. And I was new.
Yeah.
And then I remember everybody started hating me. I
Yeah.
can hear everybody fucking,
Yes, of
oh,
course.
this kid, what's wrong with this kid, blah, blah, right?
But they
Oh,
don't see you getting up at 5 a.m. to make it there for 5:30, 6
dog,
a.m.
my
They
fourth
don't see
my
that.
fourth free client that these guys are starting to walk in. I'm like, okay, you're hating on me. You're still sleeping, homie.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm still here at 9 p.m. and you're going home early. That's not my problem.
You know,
You
till
know?
this day, like we're on the gym floor constantly, and we're still helping a client here, fixing a little bit of form in there and technique, and we're not trying to ask you for your business.
Because that's who we like.
That's
Yo, that's
just
a
a
standard
natural thing.
operating.
That's
like
a standard operating procedure that we have.
That's our OS, man. That's our
Yeah.
operating system.
Yeah,
You know,
yes.
when you have that, when you like, I'm so fucking grateful to be in this position. I'm so grateful to be able to fucking do what I love and share this journey with so many people. That what is it gonna hurt me to fucking help somebody?
Yeah, of course.
Because that's the reason why we're here.
Guys,
It's
if-
because we help so many people for free.
If you don't know our story, when we first started in 2011, we literally invited every friend, every family member to come to our classes.
Yes.
There was not one paying member. And I remember our first month, we had rent due already.
Michelle
rent,
Pierce.
insurance.
Michelle
Yeah.
Pierce, who was on our podcast.
Yeah,
She was one of
yeah,
the first.
she was the
Remember,
first
we were
ones,
like,
yeah.
yo, Michelle, can you come with your daughters? Because
Yeah.
we don't have anybody here. Just
Yeah,
come.
we
up there."
asked a bunch of our friends to come in for free and try our shit out. And we winged it and we did classes, but we spent every bit of our energy and we gave.
Yes.
We gave full out and with meaning. I mean, you know, we want to help you. We're going to improve your technique and form. We're going to help you exercise, help you get fit, however way we can.
Yes.
And that's our intention. Your intention has to be of that, a giving nature. It's not to expect money back. It's not to expect clients back. When you give and you give full out, just like we did, we told everybody, come in. Come in, you don't have to buy a membership.
Yeah.
Eventually they signed.
See, remember the conversation when we had before we opened, or when we opened and no one was fucking there. Remember, we were like, yo, the only way we could ever make it in this industry right now, in the state of the industry and moving forward and, you know, accomplishing our dreams, is that we create an experience that nobody could ever replicate out of here.
Yes.
Because if we do and we focus on giving the best experience on the planet, eventually we'll be able to trade money for that.
Of course,
experience.
for those services,
Eventually.
that experience, of course.
So let's find a way to create the best experience. Let's use this free system that we're creating to always get better and better and better. And then eventually one person will sign up.
And for those of you listening out there, remember that he used the term eventually, meaning payout and payback does not happen immediately.
No.
We did this shit for years. Honest to God, it took years and years for us to pay ourselves.
Yes.
We used to come home with nothing. Then we started off with $100 bi-weekly as a pay. Then $200.
Oh, we got that raise for
every other
$200
week. Then
by
$200 bi-weekly. Guys, we started at very bottom, and only not long ago did we actually start paying ourselves.
Yeah.
And because we just kept putting back into our business, growing. How do we hire the right people? How do we train the right people? How do we develop our systems and our services so good that people want to pay for it? That people will say, "Hey, I'll trade you money for what you guys are offering me." That energy, that fitness, that knowledge. But don't go on, do a few things on social media. Or walk around with your university degree and say, I'm worth this much money.
Yeah.
And you got to pay me to know what I know.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that walk around like that right now.
Yeah. And when people ask me specifically, like, I'm good at a lot of things, right? And when people ask, like, yo, how come you're so good at certain things? I'm like, yo, because I do this shit when you're sleeping. Like, I enjoy, like, the thing that bugs me the most is when people have the audacity to go out to the world and be like, yo, this is who I am. This is the skill that I have. Please trade me money for my skills.
Yes.
Right?
And you see it all over this industry.
And I see it all over the industry, creative industry, any consulting industry, anything.
Because we deal with all those.
Anything.
We deal with marketing. We deal with consulting. We deal with real estate.
Remember the marketing experience that we had?
Yeah, the marketing experience to that.
They promise you the world. They promise you the world. And we paid for this shit.
And we paid for it. And what they did was they gave us fake names, fake leads.
Yeah. And
we learned.
This is what I get angry. This is the most thing I get angry about, right? Because, yo, we had to grind and fucking and scrape for that money that we make.
We're still grinding.
We're still grinding and scraping, right? And we're committing to be great at what we do, right? I still don't sleep that much. I still when I get home, I'm working. When I wake up, I'm working.
Yeah.
And because I love this
Your
shit.
mind frame is
because
constantly
I love
at
this
that.
shit.
Yeah.
We're texting each other all the time. Like, yo, read this. Yo, check this out.
I don't know if this is proper for us. Maybe what we need to do is do this.
Yeah.
We shouldn't do this anymore. Yeah.
But when people now have the audacity to be like, yo, I'm great. I'm promising you this, and this, right? And like, but pay me this. I'm like, fuck, okay. And then when they produce it, and they come significantly short on what they promised, it's like, yo, this is what you do, right?
Yeah.
You are a marketing person, for example, that marketing person that try to quote unquote help us out. This is what you do. You're claiming to the world that this one thing is what you're fucking great
craft,
at.
yeah.
You're so great at that you went on your own and you're trying to, and you created a company.
Create a business, yeah.
You put your name on it. You will call yourself a fucking CEO, whatever you want to do,
yeah.
right? And you suck at it. And in that time frame, remember when we, a few years later, then I discovered Facebook marketing and all that stuff, and that kind of blew our business up.
Of course.
I started thinking, I'm like, yo, man, these people, how is it possible that
they make a living off this?
They make a living off this, and they're not providing this quality of fucking service and solution for people. And that's what kind of got me I felt bad for a lot of people.
People, it's like that thing. People often forget like what it took to get them to master their craft. Some never do, actually, because the moment they start getting paid, the quality fucking goes down.
That's another thing, right? We talked about, right?
The fucking quality goes down. You no longer deliver
Yeah.
what you used to do that made you so great.
But this is what you do. This is what you love to do.
Well, essentially, that's what they're saying.
So in trainers, like I say it all the time in meetings, I'm very open. I'm like, guys, this is what you fucking love to do.
Yeah.
Like you could have chosen anything else in this world to do anything and be anything, and you chose to be a trainer or whatever. How are you not the best in the world at this right now? Mm-hmm. How does it not bother you that you are not the best in the world at this one thing that you committed your entire life, that we only have one fucking life? One. We don't get to play again.
No,
we don't get to put our coins in the slot machine again and
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
This is once.
Yes.
Right? And then when now you talk about money and the compensation, like why does your current salary determine your future greatness?
That's a huge one.
Right?
That's
Why
a
does
massive
your
one.
current salary determine your
your
future greatness?
So a lot of people, and when he says this, we're talking about a lot of people. They all of a sudden start making a little bit of money. They start getting paid for their services and what they do, and then all of a sudden the quality just comes right back down.
Yes,
Right.
it goes to shit.
goes to shit.
They go to a phase where like, oh yeah, I'm making all this money, and then
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When ideally you think about it logically, this is your passion too, right? You're not. This is not like went out of university. You got a random degree because you made your parents happy, and then you got a job in like some accounting firm doing some random shit, right? Like, if you're a personal trainer, if you're a videographer, a photographer, if you're a marketing person.
Well, this is why we always say it in our meetings. Like, if you're a trainer, why is it going to be like? Why is it like pulling teeth for you to create a new program for your clients?
Yeah.
You should be excited. I know I have programs prepared for the clients that I still have 16 years down the line. I still have them, and I still have a program ready. And I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm excited because I just made you a new program because I still do that with you.
Yeah, it's
Hey, I
exciting.
have this new program.
I love
I'm not
it.
going to send it to you because you didn't even finish this last one yet.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you wait till you last one. I already know what you have coming up.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should be excited to do that. You should be
Yeah.
excited. Your mind should be flowing like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got this great idea of a workout. I'm going to take it down because I know my index is full of workouts and diets and all that stuff that I want to try and that people have tried. Sometimes I still just send it to friends, as you know,
Yeah,
and these
yeah,
trainers.
yeah, yeah.
He'll try this out.
Yeah.
Try this out because I want to see how it fucks you up,
sadistic.
man.
I love it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
yeah.
man.
I want to see how it fucks you. So, like a day later, it's kind of like you're sore, eh? The next day, it's like, now you're really sore, aren't you? Okay, cool. Well, guess what? You're going to have to do this workout today.
But do you remember when we first started? No one was here, and we had so much time. And
Yeah.
we used to just try different workouts,
different formats.
different training. Like,
But that's how we came up with our concept for our classes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because before that, it was winged. And then afterwards, it's like, okay, so what makes sense to do? Then we actually started sitting down and laying it out without anybody paying us to do this. We
Yeah.
had to sit down and lay it out.
Yeah.
This is how our classes become a lot more uniform. This is how we organize them a little bit better. This is how, so we're not guessing and winging things.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming a more scientific, but yet, presentable product to people.
yeah, absolutely.
Right? And no matter what industry you're at, you gotta do that, man.
Yeah, you have to extract
if
the
you're
most
a
from it.
photographer, fuck, you better be shooting reels and reels of film. Not that you use reels anymore, but
Yeah.
you should be shooting photographs all day, every day.
Yeah. Dude, when I first got our A6 or Canon, remember our
Yes.
first Canon for $500 that
Yeah.
we bought? Dude, I was on that thing every single day.
And you still
remember
are.
that shit? And I'm still on
You
this
just
shit.
bought a new camera and lens like 2 months ago, and you're everywhere.
Yeah, dude. When
and
my
filming,
dude, and I'm running the business.
Yes.
Like, so when my downtime, my quote unquote downtime, my fucking break, I want to be creative and try something.
Yes.
Like that's, and I think that's what people are missing. Like, yo, because you're getting paid now to do it, or if you're not doing it and you're doing for free, don't forget that this is an opportunity to become great at your craft. That the world, that the universe will fucking give you as much reward as possible if you are great at it.
And you know what the best part is when you have a craft. The craft is an extension. It's your creativity. It is your expression to the world. So think about if you're putting out half-ass product and half-ass services, that is your expression of yourself. That is your representation of yourself. Meaning,
Yes.
I only give a fuck this much or this little.
But that's what I'm saying.
How does that make sense?
So that I think that was a very good point. Like, yo, that's a representation of your character, dog.
That's a representation of your character. Meaning, I'm only out to get. I'm fine with $5 in my life, $10.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with you thinking I'm just an okay trainer, or I'm just an okay videographer, or I'm just an okay photographer.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not. I don't. There's nothing in me that wants to be the best, or that wants to become better every day. Because a lot of people, the moment they get into something, they stop improving.
Yes.
Therefore, you stop growing as a person. And believe me, what soon after happens is that you're going to start drowning, and people are not going to remember your name.
Yes.
You're going to go away real fast because you're going to fail to keep up with the times in your industry, and you're going to be fucking useless. Nobody's going to remember you.
And the thing is, people correlate their effort to the money that they're making, which is the biggest mistake. Your current, like I said, your current situation doesn't determine how great you could be.
Of course.
Right? You have to remember, like, the what's in your head, what you think is actually slowing you down. Remember, yo, one of the biggest YouTubers who's a multimillionaire
Yeah.
is a kid who's reviewing products.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yes.
so in your head, if you think you can't make as much money as you possibly can doing anything you can, I think you're sadly mistaken in 2019 and moving forward.
Yes.
The universe, the people, the market will reward you for your efforts and your
Effort.
skills if you're good enough.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Guys, you have to remember that this is like just like anything else you want to be great at. You don't start off as an NBA all-star.
No.
You got to walk in, learn how to dribble that ball. You got to run suicides. You got to shoot 300, 400 hoops a day.
Yes.
You have to be in the gym. You
Yes.
have to be doing this. You have to be getting the knowledge of your craft or your industry. You got to know what's current. You know, how do you make that better? How do you get your touch and creativity on that stuff?
Yep.
And
How do you strengthen condition better than?
how do you strengthen condition better than everybody else?
Yeah.
And this applies for everything in life.
Yeah.
Whether you're going to be an engineer, right? Whether you're going to be a photographer, or whether you're going to be a trainer, right? Or simply building your body. It all goes, you know, the same thing. And people most often forget the most valuable thing about giving is the actual reward of seeing people flourish and fulfill based on your giving.
Yes.
That is a reward itself.
But that's the ultimate form of happiness, right? Like the fact that your craft that you are so passionate about, that you're great at, is affecting people and making their lives better. That is ultimate happiness,
Yes.
not the amount of fucking money
No,
that
it's
you
not
have.
the amount of fucking money. It's about the quality of life you're allowing people to attain, right? Through the knowledge you're giving them, through the lessons you're giving them, through the services you're giving them.
Yes.
Essentially, and guess what that's doing for your karma and for your energy as a person? It's fucking upping you a level.
Yes.
It's bettering you as a person, as a whole.
Yep.
And you're gonna be you're contributing to a better good. That is the ultimate reward.
Yep.
Nobody in this world wants to feel useless. Where if you fucking die and nobody's gonna remember you. Nobody wants that. There's not one person in this world that wants that.
Yep.
Because even drug addicts and people who are in you know the lowest form of life, the reason why they're there is because they don't feel of value and they feel like nobody's gonna miss them anyway.
Yes.
So how to get that is by adding value.
Yes.
Give people value.
Yep.
Give.
And understanding and recapping this is that the doing things for free is an opportunity to sharpen your skills, to lay the foundation for future successes and touching goes with other businesses, right?
Yes.
Or whatever other people to kind
Yes.
of impact, right? And the second of all, it's going to be the laying foundation, and it's laying your foundation for the time you will get more money. And secondly, it'll lay another foundation for you to get more money on top of that to add more value,
Yes.
right? So there's a state where you become good for free. You become better when you get paid.
Yeah.
And then when you get paid, that's the opportunity now to become great and sharpen your skills.
And how you do that is you give back.
Yes.
You give back. Because any successful person in this world knows once they've made it, giving back is essentially their goal.
Yes.
Hence why there's philanthropists or a lot of entrepreneurs that become philanthropists, people who give back to their industry after, because that is the ideal of life. That you've developed yourself so much, and financial is going to come with that as well.
Yep.
Maybe not the immediate, but it will. And in every which way that now you're being put in a position, or you've put yourself in a position to be able to do it for others.
Yep.
And that essentially is what you want. You want to give back to this world. You want to put your, best foot forward and take that kid that's, hey, I see you coming up in that industry. Come on over.
Yes,
Let
man.
me help you out.
Yep.
It'll take you nothing to give, a few minutes or a couple hours of your time to somebody that's first getting into your industry. Help them out.
Yep.
If you see an intern at your work, why don't you give that person a hand instead of upping them and saying, hey, you know how long I've been here for? So you got to do that job.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like get off your high horse, because essentially you're not going anywhere with that. And when you fall, believe me, it's going to be a hard fall. So our suggestion, give back to people. Give your services for free. Let people know what you got.
Sharpen your skills.
Sharpen your skills.
And eventually become great at it, man.
Become great.
And then you could ask
Become great.
for money.
And it will come. It will come, no doubt. Guys, if you listen to this, please take this one advice.
Yeah, man.
Give your services for free. I'm not saying completely for free.
Not forever.
Help people out. And I'm not saying forever. Help them out. Help people out.
Yep.
Because it's going to come back to you. That's the way the world works.
Because you know what, man? Straight up, we've been in business for how long now? 8 years?
8
And
years.
I could tell you there's not a lot of people, and we've met thousands and thousands of people. There's not a lot of people that display consistent greatness in what they do and passion for what they do. And if you do that, and you will stand out no matter what.
And no matter what, guys, I promise you, you're going to get rewarded in life for it.
Yes.
Right? That means financially, spiritually, in every single way, and just being fulfilled as a person.
Amen.
Amen.
All right.
If you guys
thank you
like
listening.
this, please comment. Please ask any questions you may have. If you just want to chat, if you want to talk, if you want us to talk about anything, email us at
BTS@strengthenyou.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strengthenyou.com. Follow us on Instagram at STRENGTHNU at strengthenyou. Find us on Facebook as well.
until next
Till
time.
next time. Cheers.
There.
Boom.